Human nature is for people to test the limits, to see how fast their car can go, to see how long they can run on a treadmill. At certain points in your life, and for some people it's a continuous way of being, they just want to see how far they can push it. And that includes with your boundaries. People will push their luck to the point that they test your boundaries, and you will do the same to others at certain points in your life until you mature and you develop yourself and you realize everyone has limits and boundaries, and you should have limits and boundaries. So this is part of self-development, that you intentionally start to control yourself around others and you don't push their limits. And that you intentionally set boundaries in your life so that others know you have limits. People won't respect you until you say no. However, people won't respect if you lash out just to prove you can say no. So setting a boundary is a very delicate thing where you're not trying to enforce your will on others and show that you can lash out, because that will actually work in the opposite of your favor. When you have uncontrolled emotions, you actually expose the fact that other people need boundaries with you versus you enforcing your own boundaries. But when you have developed, and it takes time, but when you have developed a way that you'll allow certain things, you'll allow for grace, because we all need grace. You need some patience and some love. That's a beautiful thing. But you also need to say, okay, look, that's enough now. In a loving way, but in a firm way at a certain point. And not in an abusive way, not in a violent way. This is a boundary, okay, not a dictatorship per se. And, when certain people don't respect your boundaries, you just separate. You don't escalate conflict. And the same thing, when you push other people's boundaries, they have the right to separate from you. So this is one of the themes of self-care. Boundary setting, understanding human nature, that everyone has limits, learning not just to test the limits for sake of testing it, learning not just to go 100 miles in your car just because it can do it. Remember, part of maturity is not just doing it because you can, not just exercising free speech because you can, understanding what's healthy and good for you and those around you. Self-control. Setting limits, boundaries for you and for others. And at times, all of us have missed this mark. This is about developing, accepting, maturing, okay? Not staying as a child baby, okay? So remember, be childlike. Don't be a child, okay? Meaning that have a sense of humor, be lighthearted, remember the fun of life. Remember there's some people that are a different age than you, but develop. You're an adult now, okay? This is part of development. Do you want to develop, or do you want your diaper changed? Accept the responsibility of adulthood, okay? Understanding others have limits. Don't test them. And understanding you have a right to lovingly but firmly enforce your limits, and people don't respect you till you say no or till they know you have limits. But the key is not to enforce your limits, not to enforce your boundaries by lashing out, because that shows that you're actually immature. So this takes time, but this is a goal. Click the thumbs up. This is a life-changing goal. If it's not, then you're looking for entertainment, okay? And what you should do, okay, is just go waste another hour or two watching entertainment. It's like empty calories, and we all enjoy some empty calories. But if all you eat is candy, okay, well, all you're going to end up with, okay, is a sloth-like mind, a child mind that can't get out of bed. Push yourself to your best self. And I thank you for watching.